You know that feeling, right? That frustrating, stuck in a rut, totally broke feeling. It makes the whole idea of making millions feel like a complete fantasy. But what if the real key isn't the million, but that first $10,000? In this explainer, we are going to break down exactly how you can get there. And I'm not talking about some far-off dream. I'm talking about a totally achievable goal. And this right here, this is everything. This is the core mindset shift we all need to make. That first 10 grand is your proof of concept. It's that light bulb moment when you finally realize that making money isn't some random roll of the dice. It's a skill. And once you learn that skill, you have the key to do it again and again and again. That's how you build real wealth. So this is our magic number, $10,000. Look, it's probably going to be the hardest money you ever make, but you know what? It's also the most important. Because once you hit this number, you've proven the system works. So let's build the roadmap to get you there. All right, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the 10K challenge itself. Then we'll pick the absolute smartest path to get there. After that, we are going to unlock this powerful idea called the skill pyramid to really juice your earnings. Then we'll learn how to turn that income into actual wealth, and we'll wrap it all up with a super clear blueprint that you can follow. Let's do this. Okay, this is where so many people get it wrong. They jump into these high-risk, super hyped things like crypto or day trading, thinking they're going to get rich overnight. But here's the problem. Those things need a ton of cash to even start. And, let's be honest, a massive dose of luck. That's not building a business, that's gambling. So what do we actually need to get started? Well, for one, something that doesn't cost a fortune. Two, a method that puts cash in your pocket consistently, not just once in a blue moon. And three, a system that actually depends on your effort, not some wild stroke of luck. This is the foundation we're aiming for. All right, so when you cut through all the noise online, there are really only 4 practical ways to start earning money from scratch. Now, the choice you make here is absolutely crucial. It's going to decide how fast you get paid and how big you can grow. So let's see how they stack up. So if you look at this table, a pattern starts to jump out at you pretty fast. You've got in-person services like washing cars, super fast cash, right? But you could only wash so many cars in a day. It doesn't scale. Then you have products which can scale, but man, they are slow to generate any cash that you can actually take home. This all leads us to the one option that just hits every single one of our criteria. And that, my friends, is online services. This is the sweet spot. It's the best of both worlds. You get the massive global reach of a product, but you also get the ridiculously high profit margins of a service. We're talking 70, even 80% of what you earn goes straight into your pocket. It's hands down the fastest, most profitable path to that first $10,000. So, you've picked your path, online services. Awesome. But how do you go from just offering a service to building a legit income machine? The answer is this thing right here, the skill pyramid. This is the framework, the master key that's going to turn what you do into a real high-income business. I want you to think of these 4 elements, positioning, leverage, reach, and automation, like the 4 legs of a table. If you're missing even one, the whole thing is wobbly, and you're going to stay stuck working way too hard for way too little pay. But when you get all 4 working together, your earning potential just explodes. So let's build this pyramid together, piece by piece. We're going to break down each one, and we're starting with what I think is the most important one for making real money fast, positioning. Okay, here's a little secret for you. The real money is in selling to other businesses, B2B. Why? Because businesses have constant, expensive problems, like we need more customers or our marketing sucks. And they are always willing to pay good money to solve them. This isn't about learning a brand new skill from scratch. It's just about repositioning what you already do. So you're not just a video editor anymore, no. You're a video editor for entrepreneurs who sell products. See the difference? You're no longer just a creative person, you're a problem solver. And that leads us perfectly into the next step, leverage. And wow, this is a huge mindset shift. You have to stop charging for your time. When you charge by the hour, you're just an expense that the client wants to keep as low as possible.
But when you start charging based on the results you get them, like, say, a percentage of the sales you help bring in, the whole conversation changes. You're not a cost anymore. You're a valuable, profit-generating asset.
This quote totally nails the third element, reach. Seriously, the biggest mistake people make is thinking they have to constantly be out there chasing clients. It's exhausting, and it puts you in a super weak position when it's time to negotiate. The smart play is to make them come to you. I heard this great story about a graphic designer who was just posting his work on TikTok for fun. And just by showcasing what he could do, his inbox got completely flooded with requests from businesses. You got to put your work out there for people to see. Okay, and finally, we get to the fourth part. And this is all about being a professional. This might be the most underrated piece of the puzzle. After working with tons of freelancers, one thing is crystal clear. Reliability is almost always valued more than raw talent. The people who get paid the big bucks aren't just the most skilled. They're the most organized and dependable. They use systems, automation, to keep track of clients, communicate like a pro, and never, ever miss a deadline. Look, being talented is great, but being reliable is what gets you paid again and again. Okay, so you follow the pyramid, you put in the work, and you made your first $10,000. That's huge. But now comes the part that really separates the people who have money from the people who build true wealth. It's not about what you earn, it's about what you do with what you earn. So let's talk about how to make that money grow. A really simple way to think about investing is on this kind of risk scale. You have everything from your super safe foundation all the way up to your higher risk, high reward plays. The key is just understanding the job that each one of these does in your strategy, starting with the absolute bedrock of your portfolio. Let's be really clear about this. A high-yield savings account is not going to make you rich. That's not its job. Its job is protection. This is your financial safety net. Having cash here means that if your car breaks down or some other emergency pops up, you don't have to panic and sell your other investments when they're down. It's the buffer that protects your entire wealth-building machine. Now, let's talk about the real workhorse of building wealth, index funds. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned an average of over 10% a year. This is it. This is the simple, powerful engine behind all those invest a coffee a day and become a millionaire stories you hear. It's a long-term play, it's low maintenance, and it's a proven winner. So, when you put it all together, a balanced approach could look something like this. You see, the bulk of it is in your safety net and those super reliable index funds. Then you can start to allocate smaller portions to things like individual stocks, which are great for hands-on learning, and maybe a small slice to crypto for that high-risk, high-reward potential. Now, this is just a sample, but it shows you how you can build a diversified strategy that actually fits your goals. Wow, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's bring it all together into one final, super clear blueprint for your journey to $10,000 and way, way beyond. Here it is, your 5-step blueprint. It's this simple. First, you target that 10 grand as your proof of concept. Second, you choose online services for speed and profit. Third, you master that 4-part skill pyramid. Fourth, you make that crucial mindset shift to charge for results, not your time. And finally, you use that income to build real wealth through smart investing. You see, this isn't about luck. It's a system. So in the end, making that first $10,000, it isn't really the end goal at all. It's the foundation. It's the blueprint you can then use to build whatever you want. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?